He can get away with murder, literally.
Well, not literally.
Well, that's what you're looking for in a podcast producer.
Exactly. Okay, hang on. I'm almost done with this Instagram. I want to make sure it sounds good.
It's just us literally complaining to Katy about not paying attention. She's like, but she's just gonna be like, I was on a podcast.
LOL. You know how we wanted to make like video clips of this entire weekend? I'm glad that Katy Moynihan's been around because we kind of got it. Everything that will you fucking turn the sound off on that goddamn video?
Are we recording? We're rolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
can we
not.
roll? Let's go.
We're not rolling.
It is
okay.
rolling. Jeremy texted me rolling.
Yeah,
In
we're
the
rolling.
studio with Comedy and Mushroom Cult.
Yeah, that's
Add
fine.
to story.
Press send. Now, can you be present here, please?
Okay, I'm done with the phone.
Can we talk about you
Okay.
trying to just like completely dismantle all of our friends this weekend?
What? I didn't do anything.
Dude, 100% the negative vibes that happened last night or like the
I
night
just
before.
only like to
we
hang
did.
out with certain people. I'm very picky.
But it's your fault. So like right off the rip, you go, "Hey Joe, what time are you doing the podcast tomorrow?" Joe Graham. And like got him to tailspin.
Well, because I knew he wasn't
invited,
invited, so that's why I said something to him because I knew he didn't get invited on the podcast.
Yeah, why are you choosing violence?
I wanted him
What's
to
going
feel
on in
bad
your life? Yeah,
Why are you choosing violence? Because I wanted him to feel bad.
because
Direct
you're
quote.
a bully.
I was like, "Hey, do you know? What time are you up tomorrow?" And he's like, "For what?" And I was like, "The Comedy and Mushroom Cult podcast. They invited like 6 or 7 people."
I like that it's 4, and she's like, they invited 30, 35 people.
My favorite
the best
quote
comedians
from
in Cleveland,
Joe.
and you didn't make the cut.
Joe goes, "There better be like women or black people, and you just didn't need another straight white man." And I was like, "Well, actually, it's 2 women and a black guy, and then just like another straight white guy." But like,
Who doesn't even do
yeah,
comedy?
he doesn't even do comedy. He's like, "Fine." Like that was the Comedy Mushroom Cult podcast. BT Dubs. We're here with Catherine Moynihan.
That's not my name.
Caitlin
Katarina.
Katarina.
Am I supposed to look at the camera or no?
No,
Well,
you never break the fourth wall.
we've broken it
especially you.
legitimately 30 times in the last 2 hours.
Well, that's the bit, is that she's not allowed to, but we are.
I just want to make sure I'm not like hunching over.
Well,
Okay,
talking to the microphone though.
I am.
No, you're not. Dude, this is the worst. The only person so
You
far
can't take
today
me
that has
anywhere.
like been on a podcast or done anything with microphones is the first person to give us issues.
Yeah, let's have problems. What were we
So,
talking
but
about?
also while we're at the engagement party,
yeah.
Well, set up some backstory if somebody just listens to this episode.
go back to
Okay,
like 2
we
episodes.
hung out last night.
Go to the
I
episode
won't
with
say
Cam
the date.
Godfrey, whenever that is, and get the background on this because we're not.
Oh, did you guys cover it a little bit already?
Some of it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, when like they do a movie where it's in like multiple different rooms and then you see other people's like experiences in those same rooms.
Yeah.
That's what we're
Like
doing
that
right now.
Leonardo DiCaprio one, Mind Eraser. Wait,
know what that
what
is.
was it called?
Catch Me If You Can.
No, the one where they're like in a dream.
Oh.
The
Inception. I know what you're doing, Jeremy. I know what you're doing.
Was that Toy Story?
Jeremy did it better than
Yeah,
me.
he did. He got me. He out-Jeremied me.
Okay, so we were at the Improv Theater,
Imposters Theater.
Imposters
Yeah.
Theater.
and then
Yeah, you tell the story and we'll just like put in
and
most
you'll
of the
just
information.
correct all the stuff that I say that's incorrect.
What did you think of the Sad Boys Social Club?
Oh, they're hilarious.
That was
a good set.
honestly,
They had a really good
yeah,
set.
it was. I liked it.
I liked, the first skit they did was really good. The Spirit Halloween thing,
That's
which
great,
you could tell
yeah.
was from like a past, but like still really relevant, still really funny.
Well, Katie, I don't know if you know this, but everything on video is from the past.
Anyways,
When we
yeah.
get singers, we get
The only
point
thing
in-
I didn't like about the videos is you didn't know when they were done because they would always just like it would be like, and this is when it should have been done, and then they're like, oh, here's more, like a pause later.
I love bits that should have ended, but keep going. Though.
So do I,
Yeah.
but like they should have edited it a
You know the
little
bit,
bit tighter.
Like,
Yeah.
the exact bit that we did.
Yeah, which was great.
Wait, which one? The one where you point to people?
It's called improvisation, Katie.
Yeah, we were trying to do improv.
Did you let? What are?
So the point of the bit is that we ask everybody
Right.
what their recommendation for what we should do is,
Yeah.
but none
I-
of the recommendations are going to be good.
But you
enough.
guys, yeah.
that's the bit.
But then how do you guys make it funny?
You saw it.
But no one got
think
like
she
really
just kinda-
mad.
I think she just told us that it wasn't funny.
But people were laughing.
Maybe because they like felt bad.
Yeah.
That's not a yeah moment.
Laughs are laughs. Like it's supposed to be uncomfortable.
But I feel like there's just something else you guys need to add. Like
No.
probably not. But you did say that one time someone got really mad. I feel like that would probably be
You
really
mean the one
funny.
other time we did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I like the intro video too. With you, is his
Oh,
name
Greg.
Josh?
Greg.
Okay, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's a sweet baby boy.
So that show happened and it went
Anyways,
well for everybody.
it was funny. I thought everyone did a good job.
And then
Way to cover all your bases, Katie.
Yeah.
we were gonna.
I just told you guys didn't do a good job.
It would have been so funny though if she was like, I thought everyone did a good job, except Joe Graham,
But
and
here's-
just kept that going.
But here's what Katie did at the engagement
I'm going
party.
to like bring him down every chance I get.
Is she tried to piss off Joe before we went to this engagement
I just
party.
wanted to create a little bit of drama to get some excitement going. In the
We
night.
already do it. But me and Joe go at each other already anyway. So like
Joe,
we
really?
didn't
Joe Graham, to be clear for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
you've said it 4 times. But we did but you didn't need to put negativity in it. Like it's usually just like nice and fun and like jabs.
Yeah.
And then the whole night we were just like
Right.
vying for the attention of everybody, really, and then it became a competition.
It gets exhausting.
Yeah, it's usually fun, and then by the end of the night, it was like this is a
It
competition.
was too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone had like a joke at some point in the night.
Yeah.
It's like, can we all just relax here?
I had a joke at every point in the night, Katie. Thanks for noticing.
But then this is
was
you
freaking
didn't even
aware.
hear the worst
No.
part. So I'm trying to get us pushed
Also-
to the worst part of it. When we're walking back to that's like when the night started to break up. This fucking asshole is yelling. Like, where did the
I
other
was
2 people
whispering.
come from? No, that's
I
why
was
me and
whispering.
Joe Graham were like, "Yo, will you shut the
Dude,
fuck up?"
Katie, you were.
They were like 5 feet behind us.
Yeah, that's not that far.
Do you know how sound travels?
If I was facing forward, the sound's gonna go forward.
Not the way
If
that
I
you were talking.
turned around and
Especially
talked
when
at
Joe
them.
Graham's next to you and you're turning at him and you're like, I hate these fucking people. Pretty much. And then
I
at the
didn't-
end
I
of the
didn't
night,
use
you're
the
like,
H
all right, I'm
word.
leaving.
I didn't use the H word.
So when we were enforcing 6 feet of social distancing all summer,
Yeah.
did you just not hear anything?
Oh, I have terrible hearing and very bad vision.
She doubles down on it.
So
too,
is your
I can't
taste
even-
really good? Because don't they say like your senses get better when one of them doesn't work? So if you have 2 bad senses, what's your best sense?
I feel like I could probably touch something and know what it is.
The way you're touching the table, I just disagree with you completely. You saw the table and you were like, could be anything.
Like, I know this is sunglasses.
Yeah, those are your sunglasses.
This is definitely, yep, that's a can.
Not even what's in it. It's just, yep, can.
What is this?
My favorite bit. So this is the fun part is we don't know when you were around last night either. But one
yeah.
of Katie's
We have to get also sidetracked, but we have to get to a discussion about Joe's mom at some point. Anyways, continue.
Damn it.
but one of Katie's bits that she said she was going to do on the podcast today, because me and Joe Graham,
Yeah.
not you, because like otherwise I would have said you because you're in the room with us, and that's why I can say Joe, and the people who know how conversations work would know that I'm not talking about you, because otherwise I would have said you, or when you guys were talking, not
That-
Katie
honestly,
and Joe.
That makes sense. Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, I just
Joe identifies as a Joe, so
The pronouns
Jeremy,
are
if you're
Joe.
gonna chime in, could you please be funny? This is the first one of the episode. I just want to
God
point
damn
out.
it.
But
Looks like I gotta turn it on again.
but Katie, like her and Joe were fighting about how she's on the podcast and that people only listen because she's a girl, and like they want to hear her talk about girl.
Wait,
like
you
horny stuff.
brought up how many times people listened to Joe's episode and how many times
Yeah,
people
because I
listened
wanted to
my
like him to
episode.
know that like there
Yeah.
were
That, like,
reasons
tits
behind.
matter. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess on an
Joe-
audio
yeah.
medium. So
Joe
she
Graham.
goes, yeah, Joe Graham, not Joe Briggs.
God, sucks.
she goes, well, what? At just some point in the recording, I'm just gonna rub my boob on the microphone and be like, hey guys, that's my boob, and that's what she thought was gonna be good content.
No, okay, let me rephrase that.
I was here for this conversation, so you don't have to. Like,
I think you weren't you there
I was
when
there,
I said that,
and I was like,
because then the other girl, Cam, said she was going to use that technique.
She didn't.
Yeah, because she knows.
So you can
better.
still do it.
Yeah, she's got what I
Well,
like to
now
call
I
instincts.
can't do it. Okay, so this is what I was going to say. I was gonna do something where I like hit the mic like this.
Can you not?
And then I was gonna be like,
Hey, Jeremy,
oops, sorry.
I don't know
That was my tit that got in the way for a second. Or should I say boob? Which one's more attractive, boob or tit?
Neither.
Titly titly.
All I know is
Titly tangler.
Jeremy, she just hit your microphone like it owed her money.
It's okay. They're paid for it.
Yeah, he's rich.
It was
dude.
just a little.
It was just a little almost does it again. This time she closed her fist, though, so she meant business.
Anyways, we're not going to actually put this out on the internet. Right?
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
gonna be
100%.
everywhere. We're going to
Yeah.
put money in
This
one.
is going to be the second most listened to episode that we've ever done.
I hope so. That would be great.
Which makes sense.
Dude, my favorite part of the entire night last night, I think it's the bit that won the night for me, is when Brett Thomas
Brett, yeah.
started doing the,
My
triples.
second wife.
Yeah, he did like
Yeah.
the entire triples is best from I think you should leave bit to the waitress. And she just came
Oh,
she just
yeah.
came by and was like, "Can I get you guys anything?" And Brett just goes, "I own every classic car."
Just right into it.
Right into it, and then to the rest of the table just keeps going, "Tell her."
Just bit in like 100% committed.
Committed. And didn't feel bad.
Not even a little.
Do you think the waitress was uncomfortable? She seemed like
I
she
talked
liked
to her afterwards.
it.
She was fine. She
Okay.
liked it, yeah. But
She was like, "What the?"
The best part about that whole situation is like we could have just been like too many people at this engagement party that weren't invited. Like we could have
Yeah.
just been that and then been in the background. But then it ended up us being like loud and obnoxious and
Right.
meeting half of Joe's family
Yeah.
and then also pestering the wait staff. Like it wasn't even
Yeah.
like we did
Right.
we were like, "Hey, yes, like they actually want us here."
If we could do one thing right, we didn't
Yeah.
do it.
yeah.
Like
didn't do
Joe
anything.
Graham, not Joe Briggs, was talking about banging your mom in front of your mother.
And
That's all he has to say about that.
the most awkward moment for me personally was when my mom came over and was going to
Jesus
sit
Lord.
down. She was going to sit down, and then she patted a seat down, and she goes, "Oh, this chair's wet." And Brett Thomas just goes, "Not like my ex-wife."
Oh my god, your
like-
mom is like an angel, though.
Oh,
she's like beautiful, skinny, nice,
All the things I'm not.
happy, sunshine. I just feel like it makes sense because you're super nice. I feel like that only makes sense.
Thank
Yeah, you are. I
It's
don't know if you're
genetic.
nice. I just think you're afraid.
Oh,
No, I'm nice.
You know? Like, you know when people are like afraid, like, yeah, you're nice, but it's because you're scared.
are you a sheep?
What am I
Or are
afraid
you a
of?
wolf?
Just everything.
I'm just a big old bear. It's one.
Fuck!
I tried to conceal it too. I was like,
Jeremy.
You can never hide your joy from me, Jeremy. I'll reach in there and I'll pull it out. That's
I
two.
would just leave it in, Jeremy. That's how much I love you.
Uh-oh.
Sex
Do
joke.
you know what's like weird is you were up 1-0 on Jeremy Laughs this episode, and so that just means you checked into the game before me, and then you looked at the bench and you saw Michael Jordan taking off his warm-ups, and then I checked in and immediately drained 2 3-pointers. I don't get basketball, but I thought it would work and it didn't.
It's all right.
So back to I'm not scared.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so you're nice.
Your bone crusher, never scared?
No, I like have. Well, the only thing I do is I like want people to like me all the time. So I think maybe I do be too nice, but
I can see that.
yeah.
What's that about?
I don't know. I obviously had very nice parents. You met them.
Your dad's very scary.
Is he a gangster?
No, he's not a
Is
gangster.
he-
You're not allowed to
is he a
ask that, especially on
Slovakian
recording.
gangster?
Hey,
Do
Katy.
you want to hear like a really funny story that Joe told me? He goes, the last person who said anything about my dad being a gangster disappeared.
Oh
So,
no,
yeah.
really?
He said some kid at his school like started a rumor that his dad was hiding guns behind his refrigerator or something, and then he disappeared.
That's not real, is it?
I don't know. I mean,
You tell me.
you tell me, Katy.
Oh my gosh. Then that means it's probably true. I guess we'll see if I disappear.
Your logic is unbelievable.
You're a little old to get taken, you know? Like,
I'm a little too annoying, too.
yeah, that's true.
like, you know how people on the internet are like, "Oh, I could never get kidnapped because I'm so obnoxious and annoying." But I feel like for some people that is true.
Your family probably buys those girls that go missing.
For what?
Profit. They're just like...
So in your mind, you're just like, buy missing women, 1.
Yeah.
Step 2, profit.
Yeah. You resell them like they're property. I mean, it's not like a good business. Where do you get all your money?
So you were opening like a
how did we get
sweatshop.
from me not getting kidnapped to now my family
Well, that's
being
why
part of like the
that's why you don't
human
get kidnapped.
Are you
trafficking
from
ring?
like Rocky River royalty?
No, I'm from Rochester, New York.
Yeah. You know, the East Coast Moynahans.
You know, the East Coast
not a
of the
thing.
East Coast Moynihan oil fame. Are we talking Moynihan Oil Industrial?
One of her cousins is Tom Brady's first baby mama.
She doesn't have the same last name as me. You're talking about Bridget Moynihan.
Oh, I thought it was Moynihan.
It's Moynihan.
No, it's like Monnhanahn.
Bananahan.
Can confirm.
That was like one of the first times I was like, oh, Katie's actually probably cool because she's related to this. And then she's like, that's not how you spell my last name.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
Honestly,
She's
the
really
way,
pretty, though.
The way she spelled the other Moynihan's last name, I don't think Katie knows how to spell her last name.
Moynihan.
I didn't like that pause in there, though.
what's your social security number?
This is a true
One?
story. No, this is a true story. One time I was at the DMV and this guy, he was older and he had white hair, like fluffy white hair, and he looked like a really gentle giant. And he took my ID and he looked at it and he goes, "Wow, look what we have here. The most Irish name I've ever seen in my life."
Katarina Moynihan.
I don't know
Because it
if
says
this
your
is
middle
true.
name on your ID. So it was Caitlin, middle name, and then Moynihan. I
like-
don't want to
it's
say my middle
Marie.
name because I
Like,
don't want
it's- of
people
course
to
it's like
take my
Marie.
identity.
Did we do this story on the first time Katie was on the podcast?
Who listens to the podcast that Katie's on?
Fair point.
52 people.
That's true.
How many listen to Joe's?
28?
Oh.
27, 28?
But this is something else to keep in mind. Joe has
Okay.
the most viewed video.
Okay. Well, that's because of his muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That was a dastardly thing that he kept doing all night, which, like, he...
Like flexing his muscles.
no, he'd be like...
He does this a lot where he, like, pumps his chest.
Yeah, he
a
would
little
start,
bit.
like, flexing and then, like, go around and, like, feel everybody else's muscles. And then he'd be like, just feel mine.
No, I think I was the one who did that.
Well, he started it because he'd be
Oh.
like, he started, like, he'll, like, leg check and, like, grab people's,
Oh,
like,
you're
legs.
right. He did the leg check in the beginning.
He started it, but then there was one point where Katie was just squeezing his arm and like, have you guys felt
They're
this?
so
Dude.
hard.
Dude, it's terrorism.
It's like a sculpture.
But then he would
It's
come up to me and
stone.
he's like, oh, did you want to feel them too? And I was like, I know what you're doing, dude.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
It's
Was
only
he
funny
giving
when nobody
Lewis
knows what the
workout
bit is.
tips at one point in the night?
Can we talk about Lewis now that Cam's not in here?
Why do you guys want to talk about this so much?
I don't want anyone's feelings to get hurt, though. Are they going to listen?
I bet you he does listen. And hey, buddy, let's just calm down a little bit. Like, I don't dislike you as a person, but let's just like chill, like a bit, like a little bit.
But that's a lot of like. Are they both new to comedy?
Yeah.
I
had
think that's
that
just like a
same
new,
weird energy when
it's
I
just a new
started.
comic.
Yeah.
It's a new comic energy. That's all it is. It's
I
like
get
they
it.
have to prove they're funny to other comics, and it's like that's what a stage time's for. You get 5 minutes.
I like
and
how you
then,
said stage time with an Italian accent. That's what the stage at times for.
and then you get off the stage and be a fucking normal human being, or at least try.
Especially when you're around other normal human beings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, we were like out of our element, but like also not shouting.
Yeah. I think I really won your mom over.
I think
I
everybody
think I should
did.
get her number and we should go get our nails done
Let's
sometime.
never do that.
Oh, do you know what I forgot to post? Do you
Please.
still have that picture
Yep.
of? Okay, I was gonna say we never.
What picture?
We need to post that.
What are you talking about?
The one
Who?
that you took of us underneath. Oh,
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
somebody got engaged at the Winchester this morning. How did we miss that?
Probably because our breakfast was so goddamn good we didn't give a shit.
Do you know who the fuck it is?
Who?
Dude, I'm not even making this up. They didn't get engaged at the Winchester.
Wait, who is it?
It's the
place we
engagement
went.
party that we crashed.
Oh my god.
Wait, that's your cousin.
They're not cousins.
Yeah, it's not
His mom
real
just
blood.
like works
Yeah.
with her.
Oh,
No, they
I
were,
thought
like,
she
best
was
friends
literally
growing
your
up.
cousin. Wait, so they got engaged again today?
I don't know. They were just on. We went to the
Dude,
Winchester
that's
for
so
brunch.
fucking funny. If they're just going places.
How
and
many
they're-
times are they going to get engaged?
I don't know, but I want to get engaged now so I can just keep doing it in public places.
That's so
And they can be
funny.
like, here's a bottle of beer on the house or wherever they put bottles and
Yeah.
beers and
Right.
champagne.
What a bit! Like,
What a
that's
great bit, dude.
That's a great bit.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
have
Maybe that's why they didn't care that we were at their engagement party, is because that was like their third time getting attention for
That's
it that
so
day.
awesome.
Yeah, they're like, don't worry, we have another 2 parties this weekend.
But they
so-
aggressively didn't care,
And
which made me worried.
Keep doing it in places, like keep going. Like eventually you're just doing it in a Taco Bell. That's the perfect bit. I'm sorry.
Why would you do it at Taco Bell?
Because it makes it funnier. Like why would
Why?
anyone get engaged in a
Who
Taco
goes
Bell?
into a Taco Bell anymore? We're post-pandemic.
Well, if they're
Nobody
getting
goes-
engaged, they might go in, Ray.
But it's just going to be them and then somebody who's like, but are you going to order these tacos and get the fuck out of my Taco Bell, please?
I feel like you need to get engaged in a cemetery while they're burying a body.
That's really funny.
That would be a really good bit.
And they're just playing like "You Raise Me Up" as they lower this guy to the ground, and then she's in the background yelling, "Yes!"
And she's like jumping up and down. Yay!
This is the greatest day of my life. Sorry for your loss.
Sorry.
I think that would be cool.
His loss brought us together.
Oh, that'd be like, I've been waiting for the right time. Like, just like, you know, what is that, a eulogy? When you're like
Yeah.
standing there and you're like, I've been waiting for the right time. I've been carrying this ring with me for like years. I've always wanted to meet the right girl. And now that Meemaw's dead,
Yeah.
Sweet Mima really liked you. And
she
She died a terrible death.
sorry that this is a closed casket. She was real beautiful. You guys would have met. You guys would have loved each other.
no,
but...
wait, even better. He opens the casket.
And then she
takes
pops
the
out.
ring,
Oh.
takes
Takes
the
her
ring,
ring
off of dead Mima.
I've been
and
waiting for the
proposes
right time to
with-
do this.
Poses with dead Mima's ring with in front of the whole audience.
That's only funny to me.
Congregation, whatever you call it.
It's only funny to me if he's like swearing to himself trying to get the ring off.
And then it
well,
doesn't come off.
he's like, come on, you fucking piece of
Fucking
shit. And they're, like,
arthritic
trying to-
knuckles.
Oh, that was a shared one. What?
No.
Jeremy, who made you laugh there?
I'm going to go with Ray on this one.
Arthritic knuckles got him, dude.
Oh, that would be really good.
But like, because have you ever seen like those Instagram videos where the rings are too swollen, so they have to like put a string in there and then they like wrap it around the finger?
What
you
are
ever seen
you
that?
watching on the internet?
It's like, so like if a
Whatever
ring,
it takes.
Jesus.
just sometimes porn doesn't do it anymore,
You
guys.
just gotta take a piece of string.
No, so like if it's like a ring's too tight, like you know how like people
Yeah,
like
I thought
they'll-
you just use like dish soap or something, or
if it's
drink
too
a lot
tight,
of water.
like you
No
take
water makes you better.
you
Oh,
you put like you string a piece of string through it and then you like wrap
Okay.
it real tight so like it compresses your skin.
Oh, God.
And then you pull on the other side so it unwinds it and then
Hmm.
it pulls it off. So you're
interesting.
Oh, that's actually kind of clever.
yeah. Thank
What
you,
an- what an
Instagram.
invention.
Yeah.
I watched.
I do like that by the time you're old enough to ever have to use that, you're going to be like, I watched an Instagram
Camera
video.
3, if you're ever going to question me, wait till I'm done talking and then you will learn something.
Which one's camera 3?
The one that I'm on.
Camera 1, I'm glad that I was interrupted and was in the middle of an original thought so that we could point the camera.
What was your original thought?
I forgot because it was not that original.
Well, there you go.
God, that's so Raven.
Jeremy, pull up the video. Because I feel like Katy Moynihan could legitimately learn something from this video.
Okay, I want to see.
Because I feel like this would have been made for you.
Do you like this top? It's so gay. Really? Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every
real?
time something was bad, everybody said, oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top?
Oh, yeah.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
You know, it's like,
Oh,
this is our,
that's so cute.
this is our 4th time watching that. And you know what I just realized? She's not a convincing actress.
No. It's not brave, like, but it undercuts our entire theory. Like, it's not brave
Yeah.
at all. She was 100% grandstanding. Like,
Yeah.
that's a person nobody likes.
I like her music. Well,
That's the thing you like about her?
When she used to be like making
I think
music.
that I think she's an incredible mother. The hardest job.
Well, she she's rich, so she probably has like nannies and stuff.
That's so good.
Is that a quote from a TV show or something?
No,
I'm just funny as an individual.
You just want to understand.
But like being a mom is really hard. So how is that funny?
Let me explain it to you with your girl brain. It's not that. No, I'm just kidding.
You guys are the worst.
I'll take it. I mean, I was going to try to have a comeback, but you know what? That's fine.
Why is it like 100 degrees up here?
Because you have a jean jacket on, and it's summertime.
What else should
I
we
do
talk
like your
about?
fall aesthetic
Also-
today,
I know.
though.
I'm like
You got your jean jacket. You've got
October.
a flannel Band-Aid. You're like, I have poison ivy, but let's make it cute.
I have really bad poison ivy. Did you guys know I was recently diagnosed with a rare skin disease called poison ivy?
No, tell us more.
This is a
Yeah.
poison ivy awareness podcast.
It's hard.
It's nothing. It's not a
because
laughing matter. I'm sorry.
People just want me to like look good all the time, and it's like I can't. I have poison ivy. You know.
Yeah, and I just want the people at home to know that though we make a lot of fun jokes on here, sometimes it's not okay to laugh.
Yeah. Think about what you say before you say it. Somebody might have poison ivy.
Somebody might have poison ivy.
Yeah. Don't just say, "Oh, what happened?" when you see a Band-Aid on someone, because that could be sensitive for people.
And
Katy,
they're
you're doing a lot of talking and not a lot of thinking about what you're about to say.
Yeah.
yeah, and they'll say, "Is that regular ivy?" No.
It's poison.
Is that how you say it?
Poison.
Are you
poison
Hawaiian?
ivy.
You are diagnosed with poison
I'm
ivy.
trying to emphasize the
And they just break
poison.
into a song and dance.
Were you that lady
you
at
can't
the show
emphasize
last
the
night?
whole word.
And
How do you emphasize poison?
poison.
Poison.
You have pause for dramatic
That
effect.
girl is poison.
I'm really glad that you did that joke because it didn't land as hard as I thought it would, and I was gonna jump on it. And I'm really glad that you
was
took
that
the hit
Michael
on
Jackson or was that
That's Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah, BBD. BBD.
it. Will you knock it off?
I can't, man. My brain's.
I'm scatting.
Yeah. That'd be sweet if the rest of the
Is that
potty-
why it's having scattered thoughts?
scattered thoughts? Because it's just like zibbida-bop-bop-bop. That's how my brain works. If I can't think of something, I'm just beep-up-dop-da-dop.
That's what's going on in there?
Yeah. It's just that and a lot of mashed potatoes.
Yo, mashed potatoes don't sound terrible.
Scat potatoes.
All right, now we're just trying hard.
I've been trying hard this whole time.
Katie,
Yes.
tell us something interesting about yourself.
The inside of her jean jacket's actually lined with trash bags. And that's why she's so
What
warm.
year did you get your first period?
I was in 6th grade.
6th grade.
Yeah. That's young, right?
I think that's. I've been
Did you
trying
ask the
to.
wrong person?
Yeah, that's when I got mine. But I've been trying to work on a bit about how like girls started getting their periods about the same time that 9/11 happened. Because I was in sixth.
Oh, okay.
I was in
Oh.
6th grade when 9/11 happened,
Right.
and I was like, if girls were starting to act real sneaky right before 9/11, like they showed up with like purses and were like real dodgy when they started going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe the girls
There's
in
a
my class are
connection.
like in Al Qaeda. Like I just thought that they were like secretly hiding something, and it hasn't
Yeah.
become funny yet, obviously. So
Right.
It's just, what's funny to me is if they're like,
there's not enough period humor by straight white dudes.
I
That's
feel
kind
like-
of what I'm saying.
That was
and I
the one
appreciate your
question you
brave
guys
stance.
asked me was about my period.
I want to
I didn't
normalize
ask that.
periods.
Don't say
I'm
you
trying to
guys.
normalize periods. Normalize periods.
take a stance.
You guys don't have any other questions? You brought me out here to talk to you so you could figure out when I got my first period.
I mean, we're gonna.
How come I get
do you
lumped
not
in?
understand how medical
I
histories
lumped
work? That's where you start because obviously, when you become a woman, is very important to your medical history. So what you're trying to say is you would have been married off in the 6th grade if we were in medieval times.
To your
Maybe.
Yuck.
dude, how much Rockstar are you gonna drink?
This is only my second one.
This is only my
Jesus.
second one. You know how many people people usually have zero.
They
of
usually
them.
die after drinking that.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Kid Rock drinks that probably.
Does he?
If I had to guess, he's like, I'm a big rock star, and he just slugs those.
That's Nickelback. Come on, man. That's a good joke for 4 people.
Hey, Jeremy, was that a good joke? Can you look it up online?
That one wasn't for him. That was for the other 4 people.
I feel bad. I didn't want Jeremy to do anything, but he's just playing Candy Crush all day.
Kid Rockstar would be like a good commercial.
For what?
For Rockstar. Let me answer this phone call because he just wants to be difficult. You guys vamp.
Okay, so this podcast
Right.
is about to get good now.
Finally.
Hey, can you not answer right next to the microphone?
Are you okay?
Did you get in a car accident?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, he said his car's fucked.
Oh, Katy, you're doing
This is not
Are
good.
you okay?
a 2-hour episode then. If this guest, I love how in real time
Oh, Jesus Christ.
we're hearing
Oh
a
no,
guest.
this is really not good.
Yeah, so let's
well,
report on the
I
situation.
feel bad laughing. I shouldn't laugh right now. This is a serious
Give me a
situation.
second. I gotta get off the microphone.
Yeah, welcome to the Comedy and Mushroom Podcast, where tragedy has struck
Okay.
unexpectedly.
Can I move
What
over
was
there?
supposed to be a happy day filled with fun interviews is now completely empty and filled with sadness. I go down to my co-host, Katy Moynihan.
All right, we're replacing Ray for right now.
You
Wow,
gotta-
how do you get your hair to look so good with these headphones?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You don't.
Oh, can we talk about that?
Yes, please.
You shaved your hair on your face.
Okay,
and you
that was
grew-
misleading. I didn't shave my hair.
What did you do?
Well, I shaved my face, but not the hair.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
What-
Okay.
I
I thought you meant
shaved
shaved
the hair.
head hair. Shaved.
I said you shaved the hair on your face.
Correct.
Then you grew out your hair everywhere else on your
Not
head.
everywhere else, just on my head.
And you look so much younger. You look like you're 23.
Thank you. I don't know why. I just haven't had long hair in a long time, so I want to do
Okay. Can you come back now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ray is back. Tragedy has struck. You know what bums me out is that you brought up 9/11 and then we got 9/11.
And then something bad happened.
I mean, I can't say like so much about it, but like
Yeah.
the next, I mean, because we're doing the podcast extravaganza.
Is he coming?
He was on his way here and is no longer on his way here.
Oh no.
Be careful when you're driving, folks.
Oh God.
He's fine, apparently.
But is the car?
No.
Oh no.
But it's, I mean, I don't want to bring down the whole mood, of like
mood,
this freight
yeah.
train that we have on this podcast that we're
Yeah.
plowing
And
right
people
through.
were driving like crazy today.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it's
was-
Labor
I was
Day.
telling him stuff
Yeah.
like, don't do that.
Who drives like an asshole on
I was
Labor
on
Day?
90 and people were just zooming by other people.
But my most important thing that I like about it is before he called 911, he called me to tell me he couldn't,
no.
he
Wait,
couldn't
really?
make it here.
Oh no.
Which is kind of a legendary, like, that's how you know that's a good friend. Is he's
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm not going to make your podcast. Also, I have to call
He
911.
made the podcast Hall of Fame for us, but he didn't even make the podcast. That's so good.
Yeah,
Darn.
that's okay. I don't think
You know-
we've said his
At
name
least
yet.
he's
So
okay.
Hey, you
Yeah,
know-
he's fine.
You know what we were talking about while you were talking tragedy?
Yeah.
Talking tragedy with Ray. We were talking about how good my fucking hair looks.
Yeah, what is with
Yeah,
this?
do you think he like gets a bunch of babes now with
No,
that new hair look?
But pause. Let's calm down because
And
the
he
way that you
shaved his
framed
face.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to get to. The way you framed it last night is that the hair is better than the mustache. Is the hair good or is it better than the mustache? It's not is it good with the mustache? It's not is it better than the mustache? Because anything's
Right.
better than the mustache. Is the hair actually good by itself or is it just the best iteration of Joe that we've gotten so far?
So it definitely gives off more of a youthful energy when he has no mustache. I think that there's a time and a place for the mustache, but yeah, if
Thigh
it's
tickling
too much
Thursdays.
hair and too much
Tuesdays.
mustache, it would be like too much. It's like one or the other.
So
But what type of woman do you want? Like, do you want
Mustache girl? Or
if you want
long
like
hair
a
girl?
older, like sophisticated woman, maybe that mustache would draw her in a little bit.
Why
more.
would that?
You know
Tom
what's
Selleck?
I was about to say, you know what's weird about it is I feel like it's had the opposite effect. Like
Okay.
since I have the hair like this now, I look younger, so I feel like older women are somehow more interested. Like,
Oh, so they
interested in
see
me.
you and they're like, boy toy.
Boy
Oh,
toy.
he's gonna make me feel young.
Yeah, but when I
Yeah.
have the mustache, it's like women that have daddy issues that are like, this will fill a void.
Oh, because
Yeah.
that makes sense actually. Now that you
Yeah.
say that, because
This is like a
because
good
it's like she's
pivot.
having sex with her daddy.
What kind of
Thanks for
what
putting
kind of
that
men
in
are
my-
you looking at? Because like last
Yeah.
night, not to like out your entire age, middle
Oh,
name,
yeah.
everything, but like you said, you're
When I
creeping
got my
closer
period.
to yeah,
For the first time in my whole life.
yeah,
Yeah,
sixth
thank
grade.
you.
But you're getting closer to 30, is what we were
Oh,
talking about
yes,
last night.
we were talking about
We're the
this.
same age,
yeah.
right?
You're a year younger than me. 'Cause
Oh, am I?
Are you 28 still?
Yeah,
Yeah, I turned 29 already.
I'm but a boy.
So,
You were a little
but
baby
like, what
boy.
kind of men
Little
are
baby
you?
boy.
What kind of men are you looking for? Because you're like 30's not that old. Like once you turn 30 and you're
Then-
like past like the point that like you're useless to
Also,
most of society.
Yeah.
Like once you're over that part, you're like, I still have like 40 years to not be alone. So,
Right.
Like, what kind
But
of men
some-
are you looking for?
There are some guys out there that will talk to you until you're like 29, and once you turn 30, they won't talk to you anymore.
Really?
Because you're like a 30-year-old.
Those are boys.
Yeah, but they're also
Up high.
like in their 30s too,
We're
and they're
mad.
like looking for the younger.
Are you talking
thing.
about Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother?
Also, it's
Oh, that's a great show.
you kind of have like you got that like weird good gene where you kind of still look like you're like 24 years
Yeah,
old.
I was gonna say. Luckily, I
Yeah.
didn't have to get Botox yet because I
You're
can't.
going to?
No, I can't afford it. But if
But
I
you would.
could afford it, I would. Yeah.
Why?
Because it makes you like your skin looks. There's like a line in the and it just everything looks good.
I would never get.
But here's something that, like, not to undercut, you look good for 29
Oh,
or
thank
whatever
you.
the compliment was. I don't know. Like, I don't want to like be like
I still get
patronizing.
ID'd when I go out places.
Yeah, it's not
That's a
patronizing.
good
She
sign.
just looks young.
Right,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't know if it's like she looks young or like when I see, like, I'm 31, so I'm basically dead, according to like Katie's timeline.
Yeah.
But like when I see like a 22-year-old, I'm like, you are 14. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
gross.
but it's weird.
Oh,
so like,
yeah.
do you just like, yes, you look young for your age,
And then
but
you
do you
have
really
some
look
girls
23
that are like
or 24?
18 that try to look 28, and it's just like, how do you know anything anymore? Like, what's real and what's not?
I'm not gonna say like that's how like you could see how somebody gets
It's
like
scary.
busted for like weird age stuff because those guys are like weirdos anyways.
Yeah.
But like you can be like, I don't know if anybody's like 21 or 42.
no,
like there's
yeah, you don't
absolutely-
know.
I think we've talked about this. I saw John Mulaney at Kent State. Like,
Okay.
when he was there.
Love him.
Love him so much. And I went with my buddy and his girlfriend were supposed to go, and he got called into work. So I went with his girlfriend and we just like hung out. But there was this row of girls in front of us.
Okay.
And so I was talking all night and I was like just like having a good day. I was in a good mood. So I was like funny. And I got this
I was having a good day, so it was funny.
yeah, you know, like when you're just on for a day.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
And I got this girl in front of me's number. Yeah. And
At a comedy show,
At a
you
comedy
picked up
show.
a girl's number by being funny.
Wow.
Even John Mulaney didn't do
even
that.
John Mulaney was proud. But he or she
Joe Graham.
yeah, no. But
Truth comes out.
so I got the number, and I thought like she made it sound like she wasn't even a student. So I thought she was like me, where she just like came with people to see it. And when I looked at her, I was like probably 26 at the time,
Right.
and I thought she was like 24, maybe.
Okay.
And then we like went out once, and she was like 20, and I was just like, because I was like,
Oh,
oh, you want to go to
wow.
this bar? And she was like, I can't go to a bar. And I was
That's
like, what?
like,
And-
what do you do?
Wow.
And then so like the rest of the date, I was like, just
So
be
you're not-
nice and
but you-
normal, and then we're done when it's done.
yeah,
But you
you're like
also-
her older brother at that point. You're
Yeah.
like, let's just get out of this.
She was
I
talking
would've
about
went through,
scheduling
like-
class. Like,
Yeah, I would have went through like a whole checklist of like, oh, so you're an alcoholic, like you're not allowed, like you can't go
Yeah.
to this bar, or
Right.
like you're not allowed to go in this bar. Did you get kicked
Yeah,
out of this
what about
one
that
too
one?
much? And, yeah, and then she's like, no, I'm like 20, and you're like, oh fuck, that didn't even register in my mind.
Yeah, it was. Well, she even like lied about her age too. So
Oh, that's never a good thing.
But she was like, "Oh, I didn't think you'd go out with me if you knew I was 20," and I was like, "That was an
That's
accurate
true.
assessment."
That's true. though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what is people like? That's the whole problem with immaturity too. Is like, no, you're not gonna get that. What did she get out of that then?
Well, I'm like, you're not. If
like
you're,
you're
lying
gonna
about,
find out the truth
Yeah.
eventually.
If you're lying about your age, it just proves you're immature. It's like a catch-22. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, that's what I'm not going to out him, but like a friend of ours who has been on the podcast,
Yeah.
some would say the worst episode of our podcast. So if you're an avid listener, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Puts his age on dating profiles as like 26 when he's like 28 or 29 because he's like, I don't want girls to like think that I'm too old for them. And I was like, well, that's just weird.
That's so weird though. Women want older guys anyways, so that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
Also, I literally went out with this guy and started talking and stuff. This was years ago. And I was like, do you smoke? Like, mostly meaning like cigarettes. Like, I just don't want to be with someone who's always smoking and like has to get up from the table when we're at dinner to go smoke, whatever. And he's like, no, I don't. But then we got into this relationship and he lived in Dubai for a couple years.
Yikes.
So he smoked this pipe of whatever was in it, smelled terrible. And then I was like, that's what I have to do. I have to break up with him because he lied to me that he doesn't smoke, but he does. And then like, doesn't really matter why I broke up with him. That's just the one thing I like focused on.
That's smart. I mean, but that's like one of those things. Like when I first started dating my girlfriend,
you have to be honest about everything.
Oh, 100%.
But I also
you can't up front. I don't tell girls I do comedy anymore.
So like I didn't I didn't tell her that I smoked. Like I didn't at that point. I didn't identify as like a smoker. Kind of like when people that we know like show up to places and don't bring their own cigarettes. They just bum off of people all the time.
Okay,
and they can like say that they don't smoke. So like that's what I was doing when I first started dating my girlfriend. So when she's like, "Oh, do you smoke?" And I was like, "Well, not like from time to time, like when I'm drinking, but it'd be like every time." And I was like drinking every day, so it was like every time I was out, I'd be bumming cigarettes off of somebody.
Yeah,
and then come home smelling like cigarettes, and she'd be like, "I thought you didn't smoke." And I was like, "Well, I don't buy my own cigarettes,
right?"
So like I don't smoke, and then you're just like you quit every once in a while. So it's like a hard like. Smoking's a hard one because it's like I'm not smoking right now, but like in 2 weeks I might be.
Right, like smoking ever or like every once in a while or every day. Like I feel like there's probably a range of what people do.
But like when you started dating, did you tell like your girlfriend you did comedy, or did you tell people in the apps?
Oh, I did right off the rip because I was like, she was the first girlfriend that I had ever like really started dating when I was like in comedy. But like I also knew like. I was like, this is what I'm going to be doing all the time. Yeah. So if I'm dating somebody, they need to know that, like I was giving you shit about last night, is like, they need to know that like this stupid open mic, I'm probably going to choose that over doing whatever.
But it's also once you get to a certain stage of dating, like to what you're saying, like I wouldn't tell someone on like a first or second date. Like this one guy I went on a date with, he was like so like, oh my God, no way, you did comedy before or whatever, like saying I've done stand up, and then like he all of a sudden like was into me more, and I'm like, dude, that doesn't make any sense. Like
like girls will get like it's the same
and then
thing.
he started talking to me about how he's always wanted to do stand up, and then you go down this whole tunnel.
That's weird.
It happens.
Oh my
God.
And
Nikki Glaser talks about it on like all the podcasts.
It's obnoxious. Everyone has some funny story. We get it. Like
that's why like
Jesus.
Me and my girlfriend got along like right off. She doesn't find me funny at the
she thinks you're the worst.
Dude,
comic.
she'll like come out and she'll be like every once in a while she'd come to a show and she'd be like, yeah, what like comedy's like not for her. Like she just doesn't enjoy stand up.
Yeah.
But like once like if it's a big show,
but
I'll be
she
like,
knows
hey,
you do, and she's that's what matters.
Right. And it's like and it's perfect for me because like there's nothing wrong with like dudes who like show up with like their significant other every once in a while, but it's like the dudes that like have to have them there all the time, and you're just like, how do you talk about everything? Like I won't like I will be like I would be afraid of sucking in front of her that much because it's like bad all the time until it's like good.
Yeah.
And I would be like, this last time I was like, hey, I'm like really good right now. And like, this would be a good show to come. It was like, I was opening for Zoltan and Alec.
Right.
And he was like, and I was, yeah, I know. I was like, so like, this would be a good show for you guys to come to because like, they're both very funny and I'm on fire right now.
Yeah.
And she comes and she's like, I haven't seen you be that good in a while. And you're like, all right, good. Like, it's been a year since you've come to like see me do comedy. And the last time wasn't great. It's good to see that like you also see that it's going. Like that's when it's perfect.
Yeah.
But like those dudes who are like, oh, I'm at like I've seen it like almost ruin marriages where they're like, my wife just doesn't want to come to the open mic. It's like, okay, then fucking leave her at home. Like she can do other things.
Yeah. Why does it matter?
Get a hobby. Like
the thing that ruins dating for me is women. Like,
I'm not trying it's
women.
Just full stop.
Full stop. No, it's like you'll tell so I don't tell people. Either way, it doesn't work. Now I don't tell people up front, but you tell people up front and they get too excited about it, and then they tell you how they always wanted to do it.
Right.
Or they tell you, like, you know what comedian I really am attracted to? And they just name someone, and you're like, well, I don't know what to do with that information. And then
those guys suck. Like, it's always like...
It's always like Sebastian Maniscalco.
Which I think he's funny. But, like,
always.
another
or
white
just Jeff Dunham.
Yeah.
You know who I always had a crush on? Jeff Dunham.
Dude, that was the joke that I'd always tell because I was like, hey, I want to do comedy. And my grandma was like, I didn't even know you knew how to use puppets. And I was like, no. Like, that was like her
Jesus.
example was Jeff Dunham.
But like, dude, every girl on the dating apps is like cool. They're like, yeah, it's cool that you do comedy. Dudes probably do this too. And then you go out for like a month. And like 3 weeks in, they're kind of like, oh, you're going to another show tonight? I'm like, and then like by 2 months, they're just like, hey, like, when are you gonna start doing this less? And that's when I'm just like, well, I'm out.
Oh God, yeah.
It's
no,
like
you
I literally
can't.
just that's when I'm like, it's done.
Yeah.
I don't even think it like because that was like a not to like air relationship on here, but whatever. It's life. But like at a certain point, like once we moved and like we were the only people people we knew. So it was like we're like hanging out, and it was like a pandemic. So we're hanging out like every day.
Yeah.
And there's no comedy. And then it was like things started to open up, and I was like, hey, I have to like go start doing things now. And then it's like, well, how many times? And you're like, well, before all of this happened, it was
Every
5
night,
nights a week.
Right.
And like that was like that's why we moved in together. It was like if we're going to like be together, we need to like have home base because we're both so busy. And then it was like, oh, like now there's a pandemic and we have to hang out all the time. And then it's just like, oh, well now we have to like. And I was like, we need to pick like at least a day to like still do.
Wait,
like,
so
date
when did
stuff,
you guys
whatever.
move in together?
Like 6 months in, like very quickly.
Okay, but how much before the pandemic started?
Oh, like a few years. Like we've been together for like
okay.
6
Yeah.
years, but it's still like
I was gonna say because there's stories about people that moved in together like
wild.
pre-pandemic
Dude.
and then like had this whole explosion. If you're like stuck with someone that much and you don't know what to do, like.
Or how about
It
those
can be
people who
bad.
like met during the pandemic and were just
Gross.
like, this is our
I
relationship
tried
now.
that because I was like, there was no comedy, so I was bored. So I was like, maybe I can actually date somebody.
Yeah, some people tried the stock market. Joe
Yeah.
was like, maybe I can get.
Maybe I
But
can
well, there were
establish
a lot
real-
of people that were like just kind of like finding someone they're like you'll do to like get me through the pandemic, like
can you,
because
like-
you don't want to have multiple sexual partners during a pandemic, so you kind of have to get into a relationship-ish thing.
But you don't feel bad. I feel anytime I do that, I feel bad. Anytime I like realize other person's got like stock invested in me, and I'm like,
That's
out,
weird.
I can't do it.
I've
I, like,
never
break
been
it
that
off.
good
I
at that.
feel bad,
Like,
yeah.
I can't do like that was
Yeah.
the worst part about like I've been like a serial monogamist, I guess, quote unquote, where it's like I'll go from like a serious relationship that I was in for like 8 years, almost got married. Then
Oh,
it was
wow.
like a few chicks that I like fooled around with or like did that thing, but it was like
and
a
that
very,
one dude.
But it was, I mean, that was before.
Oh, his name's Joe Graham.
Joe, Joe Graham, but like it was like
Got him.
they're like a couple, but like and like, but that was like very like, hey, we both know that this is just like fun or whatever.
Yeah,
like nobody,
yeah.
like my favorite one is like this girl. She actually was 20. Like I would always like text her first, and then just like one day I decided not to text her first, and then that was like 7 years ago. Like we just
7 years ago.
That was just the end of it. Like, cause I just decided not to text her that day, and it's like, all right, cool. Like, and it was the
Right.
best to break up because it was done. But then like, I never really got into one of those like, oh, if this chick digs me, like, I'm not going to get to that point where she's gonna like me if I don't like her, because I'll be very like honest and be like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hang
But
out
I
with
have
you.
that. I have that happen too, and this is because it's like my need for people to like me and not
Oh,
think I'm
that's
an
true.
asshole. But I'll tell like women sometimes that like, hey, like I don't want like a serious relationship.
Was that a subtle dig at me? Is that what that look was?
No, I was just looking at Katy.
wait, what do you say?
No, she goes, it's like as soon as you go, because I'm not an asshole. She just like,
She just looks at
just
you.
a hard like.
Because I'm not an asshole, and she's like, shwoomp.
Oh, because I'm honest. Sorry, Katie. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god, no,
But
no,
sorry, continue.
no. It's like when you'll say like I don't want anything serious, and they're like, but I'm too polite about it, I think, and so they're just like, okay. And then they like, don't even believe me.
And
Yeah.
they're like, no, but you'll
Like,
love me one
yeah, they're
day.
like, I can fix them.
Yeah.
Well, that was the only Tinder date I'd ever been on. Was like,
She fixed you?
no.
Oh.
Is she like?
You're
I
like,
was
not even close.
I was a campaign manager, and like, if you want to work more than doing comedy and like a full time job, just be a campaign manager. I was literally working like 20 hours a day.
oh my god.
And
that sounds
I
horrible.
had-
That's not a lot of hours.
There's only 24 in a
yeah.
day.
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
what the fuck? I thought you meant in a week.
No.
Continue.
But like,
That's part-time job.
but from midnight Thursday night, so like Friday morning, to midnight Friday night, Saturday
Yikes.
morning was my only day off. So like I met this chick on Tinder. I was like, hey, I just mostly sleep all day on this day off. But like, if you
Want to
hang
just
out,
have sex all day?
No,
then
I was like,
come on over.
I was trying
Come
to be
on down
nice.
to
I was
Ray's
like,
Pound Town.
if you want to come over, I will like make you dinner. Like, no big deal. She's like, all right, I get off work at this time. So I made her. This is our first Tinder day. I was
It's
like
so
trying to
funny
be nice.
to imagine you with like a V-neck shirt on,
Yeah.
and you're like, first I make you dinner, then I
Yeah.
make you love.
But I fell asleep after dinner. I fell asleep on the couch
no.
because I was working so much, and she
Yeah.
like woke me
She
up.
rob you?
That's so
No,
awkward.
no. She like what? She looked. It was very weird that she like sat through me sleeping for a while, and then she like woke me up. She's like, "Well, I'm about to leave unless you want to do something else."
Oh.
Which like I should have been like, "Oh, this chick like wants to hook up."
Right.
But I was like, "All right, cool, that works. Like I'll walk you out," because like I had just woken up, and then we're like in the parking lot, and I was like, "Hey." Like, I'm sorry I fell asleep. I'm just super busy
Yeah.
right now. And she starts bawling.
Oh, Jesus.
She's like, I just want you to like me. And I was like, well, now I don't.
Wait, but
Like,
that was a
no,
first.
no.
That was a
I didn't
first
say-
date.
yeah.
That's scary if that was a first date.
Like now that she's like bawling in my parking lot of my
Yikes.
apartment, I'm like,
Yeah.
come on. Like I'm like if you'd have just like sucked it up or like yelled at me, even would have been better. Like I
Right.
wasted this whole night. Like that's
so then you
fine.
just
So
like
fu-
fingered her a little and like sent her on her
no,
way.
just gone. Bye. Like
Katie's like, you didn't even give her a parting gift. So gross.
sorry, I wasn't gonna finger the
Dude,
stranger.
I've also been on a date where it made a girl cry, and it's the worst feeling.
yeah.
Oh my gosh!
But, like, not on
How are
purpose.
you making people cry?
So mine was I didn't fall asleep.
and she cried because you were awake.
That's it.
I would too.
She dosed me and I didn't fall asleep, so
no.
she cried.
we went on a date and we like went out and we got a Uber and we drank a bunch. My car was at her apartment though, because I think we both knew the night was gonna end up there.
Okay, and there, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the second date really. And so we
Ooh.
we went out, we drank a bunch of wine, went back to her place, drank some more wine, and then like. You know, like when you like hook up with somebody the first time and you're trying to figure out if you have any like chemistry on that side of things.
Why did you do this?
I don't know. It was
Because he's not very good at sex. That's
Is this how you have sex?
Yep,
Okay.
got him. And
that's a Katy Moynihan.
wait.
laugh.
Was it me saying yup or was it Katie?
Yes to all of it.
It's a
Oh.
Katy Moynihan laugh. You finished it, but she's the one who set it up.
I always
Teamwork
finish
makes
it.
the dream work.
Shut the fuck
Oh
up.
God.
Anyways,
Okay.
We're not worried about you finishing all the
So-
time from the hand technique.
so
I
you're
don't
going
think
to
the
do the
woman has.
sex.
so I don't even think we were doing this. I think we were
That's
just gonna like
nice.
mess around.
That's a very nice.
I think we were just gonna like do everything besides that and just mess around. And
Wait,
so
what's everything besides that?
Oh yeah.
Like, is oral
Yeah.
sex included in that?
yeah,
Okay,
you-
that's foreplay. So I don't understand why people just don't go all the way.
some people just don't want to rush into sex.
I don't know. Oral sex seems like I feel like oral sex.
If you're
is-
gonna go down on me, that's more invasive than like sticking something in me.
I guess, but
Weird,
I don't know.
language choices, though, Katie. Thank you for that.
You're gonna have to like edit this whole.
So do you? No.
Nope.
Okay, this is a good. Do you think like?
Should I finish this? Story?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
We just got something interesting,
All right.
but we'll wait.
We'll wait. But so like
When are we supposed to change shirts?
I don't fucking know, dude. This is one episode now.
I'll just take my jacket off and put it on backwards.
like crisscross.
Like fucking yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
Sorry,
Finish your-
continue.
okay.
Finish your stupid story.
Hey, good news, guys. It's gonna be worth it. But so like I don't know, like you know, like when you don't know someone, so you don't know what their thing is, but
Yeah.
she kept using pet names. I
Yikes.
hate it when people call me like sweetie or honey.
Oh
but
my God, I have a good
there was like a
story
cer-
after this.
Yeah, but there was like a certain point where I was like, she fucking forgot my name. I think. 'Cause
Okay,
she's
so
been,
she's just saying like babe and like sweetie and honey,
like
like
an insane amount.
oh weird, like
And-
babe, like that.
Like not like that.
Oh.
Let's not be ridiculous, Katie. It's already my love life, so it's absurd. But like, we like tried to mess around, and I just like couldn't like do anything.
You
'cause
couldn't
she,
get
get
it up?
it.
yeah, because she just I was so
You
turned
were
off.
focused on that.
I was
Yeah,
so turned
no,
off that
I
she
get
kept
it.
saying like baby, and she was like, "What's wrong, baby?" And I was like, "That right there's a problem." And it didn't happen.
Did you say it with like a voice too? Like,
Yeah,
baby,
like-
ugh.
like a baby voice almost?
Ew.
Yeah, like she was using
Weird.
like yeah, she like worked
Which
with-
is fine, like if that's like down the line, but like number
Nope,
one,
It's never fine. And so like
maybe that's her thing.
nothing happened really.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's her telling
But we're just
telling you she does comedy. right
laying
off the
in
bat.
bed. We're laying in her bed, not touching each other, and she's just like starts crying out of nowhere. And then it's like, you need to leave. And then so she like watched me get dressed, and that's the most uncomfortable.
Ooh, how
I've been
embarrassing!
In my entire life.
It's very embarrassing to get dressed after sex,
Wait,
let alone.
but did she say
when
like
you
why
didn't even
she
have
was
sex.
crying?
She just,
Because he
like,
couldn't perform sexually.
She was like, "You're obviously not attracted to me. You need to leave." And I just,
my gosh.
And we were drunk, and it's like 4 a.m. at this point. So I checked my phone.
Yikes!
No Ubers. It's the middle of winter. I just had to like turn the heat on in my car and sleep in my car for a couple hours because I was so drunk that I was
Out
like,
in
I
front
can't
of her
drive.
house, like weird.
She lived in an apartment building, but yeah,
Yikes!
Wow, that is interesting.
it was really bad.
So more invasive.
Wow.
Oral sex on a man or oral sex on a woman?
What do you mean they're the same?
Well, one actually is the definition of the word invasive for the record.
Well, yeah.
Which one?
The one that actually goes into something, Katie.
Well, I don't think Joe knows how to perform oral sex on a woman, is what we just found out. But
One of them's invasive. One of them you're invading.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Ray.
it's up here.
So you're invading the vagina
Yeah.
versus the.
Every time I'm about to hook up with a woman, I look in the bathroom mirror and I'm like, we're storming the
So,
trenches
but no,
of
like,
Normandy.
but like when you like actually,
Got him.
God.
but like when you hook up with it, so like you said, it's like more invasive. Like oral sex
I
is
think
like
oral sex is like more intimate almost.
I feel like intimate's better than like the word that you said before.
Right.
Oh, you mean
'cause
in
Hold
case
you're-
on 1 second. Joe, do you go on dates wearing fatigues?
Never. I want him to be able to see me, not see through me.
He's in his dress blues.
He's my dress blues.
Jeremy, that deserved a better pop.
I know. I heard it.
Oh.
Wow, I heard you is a very good way of being like, no, it didn't. I came out strong. I blew the 3-1 lead.
Every time.
I just blew it in the first
Who's
episode.
winning right
Joe
now?
is now.
Papa
Okay.
Bear knows how to close.
I was crushing it in the first episode.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. It was like a clean sweep the first episode, and then Joe just turned it on.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good job.
I have this thing where I'm just like really good at comedy. I don't know how it is. All right, let's edit that part out.
No, but I think the point is if you're going to have oral sex with someone, you might as well just go all the way.
I kind of feel like, unless you're like, I don't know. Here's the thing.
Like, it's like making out, playing with the boobies, or it's everyone's naked and let's get it on.
I'm not
Okay, you make fun
I'm
of-
not against your
Wait,
I'm
you-
not against your like oral might as well go all the way, but you saying that oral is foreplay, I feel like oral like transitions into sex. I think it's part of like the same thing. Where like if you're just like hand stuff, I feel like would be more foreplay than anything else.
Oh, I think anything besides penetration is foreplay.
Interesting. Well, if you do oral sex like Joe does, it's all penetration.
Because it's invasion.
Yeah, dude.
You know, like all of like the sensitive stuff,
Oh.
so, like a lot of it's on the outside, right?
Yeah.
But going back to that story about that girl that was saying pet names, I recently had a sexual encounter where this guy
With
called
the same
me.
girl?
No.
God damn it.
He called me he said a term. It's a common term, but he said it and I've never heard it in the
What's the term?
context of the bedroom, and it made me literally cringe, so uncomfortable. I just was
He was just like, hey, you piece of
I don't
shit.
know if there's like unsurfaced trauma in my life.
What did he call
We're
you?
having we're doing the sex, and he goes,
Weird way to phrase
and
it.
anytime I would do something, he's like, that's a good girl.
Yikes.
Yeah. I'm like, no.
Daddy's proud.
Get me out of here. And he just kept saying, yeah, good girl. Good girl. I'm like, oh, I can't. I can't. You're going to be on a list somewhere that doesn't allow you to enter playgrounds.
But are you
Please
allowed
get out
to
of my
are you
room.
allowed to
This is also the downside of Katie looking so young. That she has to deal with people just being like, good girl.
But like,
Daddy's
so
proud.
in
What the
your
hell?
place, you can't really speak up and be like, "Hey, can you cut it out with the baby thing?" Because like, you're lucky to be there. Or like, you could probably be like, "Hey, can we not do that?" And then he'd probably be like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, it's all about communication. I ended
Yeah.
up ghosting him, but really what you want to do
It's all
is
about communication, so I
communicate.
stopped communicating.
All you want to do is just communicate with your
She's
partner.
not wrong.
Yeah.
All you want to do is communicate with your partner. This is what I want. This is what you want. And then it should work out. But I don't like communicating. I'd rather just like move on to the next.
But it's also like a weird thing to talk about too, where you can be like, hey, remember like 15 minutes ago, like before this part and after this part, like that in between, I didn't like that transition. Like,
right.
So when you listen to that Thank You Next song by Ariana Grande, are you just like, that's so me?
I'm like, oh my God, she gets it, girl.
I hope that's not what Katie's inner monologue sounds like.
I also want to welcome everybody to Call Her Daddy podcast. I'm Ray Roberts.
I'm Joe Briggs.
I know we really got into that sexual talk there for
It's
a second.
good. It's for the children.
Yeah.
It's just if something happens to me, I want my family to be able to look back and be like, this is what he did.
This right here.
Right here.
Oh, God.
This episode was brought to you by Great Clips.
We haven't even brought up our
We
ad
haven't even
sponsors at
brought-
all.
Are you
Great
guys
Clips.
really sponsored by Great Clips?
Bet your ass we are.
Yeah, we are.
Interesting.
We're also recording at Golden Ox Studio.
Where do you think I
We
got
haven't
this
said that
haircut?
yet. Shout out to Jeremy.
Great Clips.
You need to like never get a different haircut. I feel like this is working for you. It
It's
works
kind of-
until it doesn't.
I want it to be a little bit longer. Like, this is what I'm saying. I don't like it yet. Like, I understand what you're going for. Like Heath Ledger in A Knight's Tale. That's what you need to be going for.
Interesting.
I think it'll be like what's other movies in
Batman.
Crazy About You, or She's Not That Crazy About You, or something.
She's just not that into you.
Is that Heath Ledger?
10 Things I Hate About You.
That's it.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
It's a decent one.
I'm
Knight's
watching
Tale's better.
Vampire Diaries right now. It's like
That gave
really
me night.
good.
That gave me night terrors.
Really?
But yeah, I don't even
It's
know
a
why.
teen romance show about vampires and werewolves.
Or no, isn't there like wasn't Diary of a Vampire or Confessions of a Vampire? What was the one with Tom Cruise?
Top Gun?
This is just defeating at this point.
Oh, man.
This is fucking stupid. Going home.
It's not Top Gun?
I don't know, but it was the one with it's got Tom Cruise. It had like young Cameron Diaz in it. I think she was like the actress.
Yeah,
or
that was a vampire movie.
Yeah.
From like the 90s, right?
Oh, I actually know what you're talking about now.
Interview with a Vampire.
Interview with a Vampire.
That gave me night terrors. Like, and it wasn't like I don't even know why. I'm not even a night terrors guy, but like
Yeah.
I woke up in the middle of the night and it's like
like
fucking
Johnny
scared
Depp
the
too,
shit out of
isn't
me.
it, right?
Like a bunch of people.
Oh, interesting.
It's
That's a
two-
classic.
There's like two vampires, and they're both like huge leading Hollywood men.
Kirsten Dunst. It wasn't Cameron Diaz.
Kirsten Dunst. Put the.
Shout
I
out to
think
Spider-Man
vampires
3.
are so interesting.
Why?
Tell us more.
Do you guys think they're real?
No.
Yes.
Because they like they're dead, but they're alive, and
I
they
could
can't
see
go
you
in
being
the
an
sun,
energy
but
vampire.
they like
I could see Katy Moynihan.
on the show if they're wearing a special ring, they
I'm
can go in the
exhausted.
sun. And like, while the vampires obviously on the show are like super hot, so they have like 8-pack abs, like gorgeous chiseled facial features. They're
I don't
just
think
like
you have
really
8-pack
good
abs.
looking.
The same things we have here.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
it.
If she was Joe Graham, this is when she would start like feeling her own muscles.
Yeah.
We should have had Joe Graham come
Yeah, he
instead of
probably
Josh.
could have just come on the show after me.
It's too late.
It's too late. Yeah, by the time he gets here, it's way too late. It's actually way too late.
It's way too late.
It's way too late.
It's only 5:29.
Did we get all the context or content for the show?
What
Was
show?
there anything else we wanted to talk about?
This is
I'm
just
trying to
us
think.
catching up at this point.
Well, I think we're recording right now, so we should really strive to give the people the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what we've been doing the whole time.
Good save.
Jeremy, what are you working on in life? You can be the second guest of this hour.
I'm working on this podcast.
Why would you do that? That seems like a waste of time.
Oh, for you maybe. I'm hustling back here.
That's true.
Yeah.
This
He's
is a
the
cool
only
setup.
person getting money for being here.
What?
He's the only person getting money for being here.
I don't put my business out there.
Great Clips isn't paying
Oh,
us?
sorry for putting your business that you do business for money.
When did Great Clips agree to stop paying us?
Oh yeah, that's true. Fuck. Forgot the Great Clips bit. You need to go. That was something that I wanted to do this weekend when I saw that your hair was so long before I figured out that this was your entire identity now. And that Katy is funding it.
Yeah.
I just don't trust her. So I
You
feel
don't
like she's
trust my
gassing you up.
opinion?
I don't trust you, period. After
Here's the thing.
yesterday.
I only have baby boy's best interest in heart.
This is like, you know, when we were at the engagement party and they're like, no, you're really welcome. Like, that's how I feel about her being like, I have his best interest at heart.
You're like, is this passive aggressive or is this like honest?
I'm also me and trying to date women, so I know that this haircut works better.
Oh, one day, remember when you asked me on Instagram for dating advice? And then I was taking a hiatus from Instagram, and then I replied 2 days later. And I was like, yeah, I would love to be there for you. And you're like, that was 2 days ago. I don't remember.
It wasn't like 2 days. It was like 7 weeks. And it was such a...
I like took so long to respond. And I was like, I really want to help you. How can I help you? And then you're like, what?
Yeah.
Don't you have friends that you can come up with?
All my friends are like dating someone.
Break them up.
Like no one's really like I have 2 single friends. One's in Mexico right now. The other one lives in Rochester.
Viva la Mexico.
Yeah, go to. There's Rochester. How far away is How far away is
also,
Rochester
why are we
from
trying
the
to hook
city?
me up? That's gross.
Like 4.5 hours.
Oh,
Wait, aren't you gonna hook me up with that Alec guy?
I mean, I can give you his phone number if you want it.
You can't give people phone numbers without getting their permission. That's not appropriate.
Why not?
He's gonna be like, why did you give my number to this weird girl?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just like more flippant with phone numbers.
Don't you want to like keep your contacts in the comedy world like strong?
Here's the thing. Comedy is like a flame. You know when like a candle is lit?
Yeah.
You can light other candles from it, but it doesn't put the other candle out. Like you can just spread that warmth all over.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Without diminishing it.
Yeah.
So like when I get like a new contact, and not like I'm not giving you Alec parent. Shout out to Alec. He's very funny. He's also very good looking, according to Katy Moynihan.
Yeah.
He also has a girlfriend. I forgot about that.
Oh.
But
you could have said that literally last night when I asked you about him.
I just forgot.
Yeah, but we just save it for the podcast.
So now I look like an idiot.
Why? Because you didn't know that somebody that you don't know?
This is payback for me telling Joe Graham that he's not on the podcast. This is the payback I get right now.
Well, Alec, if something doesn't work out, if something doesn't work out in your life,
and then he has a girlfriend.
If something doesn't work out
and
in your
now
life,
she's gonna be like, who's
where you start
talking?
listening to this podcast, and then you get on this one.
Maybe this is just a way to get more listeners. Honestly, should we just start some drama? Should we just end with some crazy rumor that's like not true, just to like get listeners to be like, what did they say?
No, I think you and Ray should just keep screaming at each other.
Katy
at the same
Moynihan
time.
is dating Chris Kettler.
Who's that?
Oh, don't act like you don't know.
Don't act coy.
Hey, when's the last time you've done comedy?
Winchester?
I did an open mic. I did the Winchester.
The Winchester's not an open mic anymore.
And I did the Winchester.
Never forget that.
I think
It used
it was
to be an open
a
mic,
while
but now it's like a real
ago.
official show.
Yeah.
And
Like
then I did
5 or
an
6 months ago.
open. Then I did an open mic at LVT around that time too.
You did comedy last time I did LVT.
Oh wait, that was maybe the last time I did LVT.
So April?
I just like to keep the people guessing. I'll like pop in every once in a while. So
She knows what the people want, and it's Katy Moynihan doing
no communication.
Yeah, no communication.
zero communication.
Like lovers.
Like
we give
lovers.
them no
We give them
communication.
Yeah.
No food, no water.
No.
I just like watching everyone flourish. I think everyone's so funny. I think everyone has a unique voice that they need to share with the world, and they should do that.
Like a true patriot.
What did you think of Joe's last song at the end of the thing? Did you think it went as bad as we thought it did, or...
Wait, Joe's song?
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
See, it wasn't... I thought, like, we made it work.
I think it worked good. It just didn't go exactly how I wanted to go at all, but it was fun, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm getting bad at comedy. I'm getting too old for this shit. I got to chortle out Jeremy.
I think you're just working too much. You're working too hard.
Legitimately, like, excited for tomorrow.
you're all over the place, which is great.
I'm like literally we're very excited for tomorrow.
Like we're on the tail end of like a crazy week.
An insane week, so I'm just pumped to not do anything. We have that open mic tomorrow night, but like for the entire beginning of the day, I'm not going to do anything. It's going to be sweet.
Oh, good.
I'm going to do dishes and that's it. Everything else is going to be sleeping.
Like today.
Heck yeah.
Well, no, we got breakfast.
At noon.
And
That's
Marty came over.
That's brunch.
And Marty came over.
Yeah, that's true. He was there for 7 minutes.
Did you guys do his homework with him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was there for 7 minutes. The dude came over and he's like, I have to type 3 sentences. And it's like, well, then why did you drive here to type 3 sentences?
I don't know, man.
Oh, love that guy.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's the baby best.
One of my favorite, Marv Connor, Akron comedian, used to do like a comedy like backyard party cookout thing every year. Before he went crazy when COVID happened, and
Wait, what happened?
he's like super anti-Trump and was like everybody who says anything against like Democrats just needs to be murdered and should like he's just like insane about COVID and Trump stuff. Like he like went off the deep end with it.
Oh shit.
And I love him and I've told him to his face, so it's not like talking shit. But he would have like a cookout, and one of the things was like there would always be an open mic. And you would like the mic would always be on, and you could go up and tell any joke that you wanted as long as it was somebody else's joke that was there. So like you could like you would go up and tell like your favorite joke of somebody else's. And Marty was going by Schizo Bill at this time,
Yeah.
and he would go up and he had these stress balls that were like something like my love is stronger than your what's that thing when like you can't go close to people.
Restraining order.
Yeah, my love is stronger than your restraining order or some shit like that. And he had that on like stress balls. And he went up to the mic and he's like, just so you guys know, I have these stress balls. They're like $2 a piece or like 10 for like $5 or something like that.
What?
But he kept doing it throughout the night, like trying to do it. So Al Sawyer went up and just, I think it was Al. Somebody went and bought all of the stress balls so he'd stop doing it. Like they were like,
All of them?
Yeah, he goes, how much would it be for the whole bag? And he's like, I don't know. It cost me $20 to do. And he's like, I'll give you $20 to stop doing this right now.
Oh my God.
He just kept going up. I love him so much.
That's amazing.
He's the best. It rules.
The first time I met him was on Polk Show, and he was doing the Schizo Bill thing where he still had the straitjacket.
I never saw the
Oh,
straitjacket.
Yeah, he had the
Didn't he do that on TV somewhere?
He was
On
he was like
Opie
in
and
the
Anthony.
first few rounds of Last Comic Standing.
Yeah.
And I think he like made like a snippet or something like
Oh,
that. Not
okay.
like a full set.
Okay.
But I mean, you still use it as a credit.
That's
like
cool.
I'm not dogging his
Yeah.
credit at
No.
all. Like obviously
That's
I would
sweet.
do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting. Well, I guess this is gonna be the tail end of this. We've gotten the winds taken out of our sails.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting Katie to be here for 4 hours.
Yeah. It was fun though.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
Most of the time. Wait, what did that lady say last night? Are you having a good time? Mostly.
Mostly.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, she roasted the whole show and it was amazing.
So Joe goes up to sing the song about Miracle on Ice after like this lady's just not having it anymore, and he just tries to do crowd work to get her back into it. And he's
Right.
like, "Do you like hockey?" And she goes, "Well, not really, but my husband loves it."
No.
No, she said her
She said,
and her
I love
husband.
it, but my husband hates it.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Were you even there?
Yeah, I was kind of.
Where were you?
I was like on another planet. But yeah, and then you're like, well, you're not gonna like this song. Is how you let off the song.
You're not
To
gonna
him,
like
not
this.
her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that
thought
was
you were
good.
talking to her.
No, I was like, well, he's not going to like this song.
Well, it was very
And
funny
he
to me.
loved it. He fucking loved it. He came up and he said, when's your album coming out? I said, it's not coming
Aw.
out.
That's so cute.
No, he didn't say that.
Oh.
Joe's a liar.
Well, shout out Joe Graham. Sorry you couldn't make it today.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Joe Graham.
We
I
had
asked him if he
fun.
would-
We had a great time.
I asked him if he wanted to come, and he was like, I got to work out.
Oh, God.
He didn't-
Abs.
He didn't say that.
What did you get that laugh for?
For being original.
Jeremy's just trying to make me hurt feelings.
I'm throwing salt in his wounds, baby.
Katy Moynihan,
Yes.
do you want to promote anything?
No, I don't have anything to promote.
That's exciting. Thank you for yes-anding that. Joe. We don't even know when this is going to come out.
Yeah, just come to the Winchester show. There's going to be one.
Yeah, check out the Winchester.
It used to be an
Accidental
open
comedy,
mic.
right?
Nope.
Oh, it's not?
Nope. It is.
Accidental
Modern
Comedy's
Kicks
been
Comedy.
dead like
Oh, yeah,
for 8
Modern
years.
Kicks. Sorry. I totally forgot.
Check out Modern Kicks Comedy.
That's hilarious. What's another
B-side
comedy
in
group?
Coventry,
Triple Threat
Yeah.
Trio, Flamingo City, all of it, baby.
Flamingo City
Is
and
LVT
Friends,
still a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Liquid Village Tavern.
That's always fun. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't have any shows coming up because I suck at
His
networking.
energy is just
Maybe I'll
electric.
start an OnlyFans soon, and then I'll get you guys that info so you can promote it for me, and then I can make a lot of money.
Are you going to sponsor
Yeah.
our podcast?
Are you gonna do more than Great Clips does?
Katy Moynihan's OnlyFans or comedy and Mushroom Cult podcast brought to you by Katy Moynihan's OnlyFans is not a bad name for a podcast.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Oh my God. Wait, I didn't tell you this last night. Do you remember when you first got on the stage and you were like doing your like awkward intro thing?
Yep.
And then you looked right at that one girl. And do you know what you said to her?
Nope.
You said, "Thank you." What did you say? Shoot, I don't want to mess it up.
All right, just take as much time.
I'm
as
pretty
you
sure
need.
She
you
tried to
said-
explain this to me last night.
I'm
and I was
pretty
like,
sure you
I
said,
don't-
"Thank you for coming so much."
yeah.
That's what you literally said to
I meant
her.
to say thank you so much for
Yeah.
I'm bad with like
No,
But
but
you
what you
literally
said is you
told
go,
her-
thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
And then you were like, so much.
so much.
Like you were like adding that so much afterwards. Like there was a hard pause.
I
where
like
you're
was trying to hold in my laughter so hard because you literally just thanked a woman in the audience for coming so much.
it's hard work.
We've already found out he's not very good at making that happen. So
He made a woman
the
cry.
best.
That's hilarious. I don't think I've ever made a man cry. The only guy that cried was
Katie, here's the thing you have. They just haven't shown you.
yeah.
Because
Maybe
they're
that's
men.
what it is. Yeah.
I went to bed crying last night just because she brought a strain between me and Joe Graham,
I put a wedge in
Sure, I
that.
heard it.
weeping.
I just want to be friends with all of you guys.
Don't touch
Group
me.
hug.
At Who is Ray
Bring it
Roberts
in.
on everything.
Bring it in.
At Joe
Thanks
is
for
also
having me.
here, but sometimes it's also at Joe Briggs Comedy. It bounces back and forth. It makes it very hard to tag him or find him on social media.
Yeah, I get bored.
K Moynihan. At Jeremy Demery. At Golden Ox. At yourself.
Go with God.
All right. Thank you guys.
Stay Golden Ox, pony boy.
Okay, bye.
Woohoo.
Dude, that was exhausting.
So Josh was like drinking today and veered off.